Personally, I feel a bit uncomfortable sharing a bathroom with someone who is biologically um, different than I am in a sense of like sex chromosomes. So, bathroom is for those who share XX chromosome, and for a man or someone who identifies as a woman to be in the bathroom who is not XX is kind of uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you're respectful and you are private and you are modest with your business, then I feel like you can be discreet. Um, and I mean, at the end of the day, like, we live in a country that you have the free will to do as you please. So if you want to do that, then it's like I can't force my thoughts and my opinions on you. But personally, I feel uncomfortable.
I think that it would probably be a good idea um, for people who are transgender and also for others. Only I say that because a lot of people are still uncomfortable with people who are transgender, whether they are male or female or trans male or trans female. I think that would probably be a good idea to have separate bathrooms just to minimize any violence or bickering or snickering that might go awry.
I personally feel that you should use the bathroom of which you're born with, whichever, if you're male or female that you're born with, not more so what you identify with, because that could cause many problems in the long run.
Well, personally, I think transgender bathrooms should be a thing, only because of the negative ramifications that can come about for people who are going through the process but not have fully done the process of the sexual change, to go into the bathroom of the gender they were born with, only to be ridiculed even further. So it's like you tell them not to do certain things, but then you talk about them for not doing those certain things, and so it's really a lose lose situation.
It wouldn't bother me as long as once again they're respectful and that they realize and don't overstep their boundaries. So they realize what I value and what I find correct personal beliefs. If you're in the LGBT community, and like I wouldn't feel uncomfortable unless you overstepped your boundaries and my boundaries.
Personally, I wouldn't feel any type of way. I would still view them as people. I still think they're people. I do have a gay roommate, and it's my best friend. But I'm just loving and accepting, so I don't really see that question as a question.
Honestly, I don't think I would have felt any type of way. I remember my experience in college. I had a friend who had a bisexual roommate, and it's just a matter of respecting people, respecting their space, respecting their morals, their faith, their belief, and then from there, as long as you respect the individual, not necessarily everything else that comes with them, then I think the environment will be safe for anybody.
I wouldn't care as long as you follow basic roommate agreements. I don't have a problem.
I have no problems with that. Their sexuality doesn't affect me or anything, so let them do what they gotta do and be who they want to be.
I would love them, like genuinely love them, but as a Christian and as a follower of Christ, I would lead them to truth, and I would tell them that I would just point them in the direction of truth, and I would still love them and be there for them, support them, everything that a parent is supposed to do for their child. I would say we're still human, and at the end of the day, is love, and when you point somebody in the direction of truth, that's the most and the best form of love that you can show somebody.
Still love my child. It's my child. You might not always agree with the things that your child would do as they grow up. They might be a drug dealer, but yeah, I still love them either way.
I would love them as if they weren't, and I would still own them and pray about it.
Wow, yeah, that would be tough. I think the common theme in majority of these questions have been a respect thing. I think I honestly have to. It may be difficult, but have to respect the lifestyle in which they adopt. And so ultimately, I may not necessarily agree with it. I may not necessarily care for it or like it, but at the end of the day, they're my flesh and blood. I created this person, so I have to accept and love them for who they are, regardless whether it dealt with their entire lifestyle or other things. So, yeah.
Well, for me personally, I would feel saddened only because of how the struggle that I know they can go through, because the world to me is not as progressive as we would like to think it is, especially in the Black community, especially for LGBT people in the Black community. We still have these negative thoughts about them, as if gay people have some less masculinity than straight people. Gay people can't be real men, stuff along those lines. And I would be worried that they would have to go through the same things that I know I personally have to struggle with, i.e. depression and other things along that nature. And hopefully they'll be fine, but you never know.
Came out to be gay, or my daughter became to be lesbian, or either one of them decided to be transgender. The golden rule number one, you always support the family first. So I support them no matter what decision they choose to make. They'll still be my child at the end of the day, and I love them no matter what, unconditionally.